Hello and welcome to another episode of Leeds United Unfiltered. And this one's going to be somewhat of a controversial section that I'm calling Outing the Outers. Basically, all last season I've had to endure absolute spineless melts. You may know them as the Farker Out Gang. Now, don't get me wrong, no one's perfect, no one's exempt from criticism, and there's been many things that I haven't agreed with that the manager's done. But for these guys, it's much more than that, and they seem to have some sort of agenda with him. I mean, in a season of pretty much dominating the league, smashing teams by several goals to nil, smashing all sorts of club and league records, and becoming one of our most successful managers ever, what issues could you have with him that would want you to sack him, really? Get him out of here, they said. He's tactically inept, they said. No plan B, they said. With absolutely no chance of promotion if he's in charge, they said. Well, guess what? Just like we've been telling you all season, you were wrong. And now it seems their narrative shifts to, well, he didn't do so good at Norwich in the Premier League, so he won't be able to keep us up. Blah, blah, yawn, blah. Well, just like Parag and the 49ers, I'm 100% behind the guy. I think, given the right recruitment and tools for the job, he'll do just fine in the Premier League. So I promised myself that I would revisit these clowns and clip them up and post them for people to see, just to show them what idiots they really are. Most of them look like they're just subscribers on channels looking for attention. But surprisingly enough, there's quite a few of them that are actually content creators and they're so-called guests on their show. I mean, I'm not sure how much of a guest you are if you've got to pay to be on there. So, which of these Muppets have I decided to out first? Well, actually in this episode, there's quite a few, because they all come from the same YouTube, which is One Leeds Fan Channel, hosted by Connor McGillian. First up, we have these absolute clowns. Let's take a look at some of their bullshit.
I'm going to get absolutely slated for this in the comments, but I want him gone. I want Farker out. And I'll tell you a few reasons why. He's not learning from last season's mistakes. The only thing that happened is the changes today is Nonto and Darlow come in. Same way we play every time. We knock the ball back. Strout plays to Rodon Strout to Firpo back to the same pattern of play.
Bugs me, and I don't understand it. And maybe Farker, actually, I'm thinking now, can't actually motivate these guys either, as well as can't rotate. Got all the subs were so weird today from that. From kind of later on the game. Wober, Byram, Bamford, you know what? Funny enough, I could see slightly why he came on.
Yeah,
I could. But the rest, and people like Rama, who we talk about, not even get a sniff. Schmidt, who came on for 5 minutes, did more in 5 minutes than Perot did the whole match. Absolutely. Which was, again, I mean, how is Farker not embarrassed by that? Like, his choices? It's embarrassing. The blokes lost it, and I've said that. I said that earlier, but I don't think getting rid of him now. Well, although my heart says get rid of him, I don't think the 49ers will do that at this stage in the season. I think it's too late, and that's horrible. I'm really sad to say that, but they're going to stick with him to the end.
I'm sorry. Any manager who comes out on a post-match interview, and I had to switch that one off as well, because I thought I just can't listen to him talk about it was a good away point, because that's a load of crap. You know, you don't go out to play. We'll just go down to Luton, we'll have a nice day out, we'll pop in the shops. You know, none of that. It's get on the field, pull your finger out your ass, and get 3 points, and let's go home. That's it. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. I'm always positive. But the stat, you know, if Solomon can't score any goals he scored 1 goal in 12, missed an absolute sitter today. Okay, Willie's in 10. Willie's playing in number 10. Can't get near the ball. Never did anything. I blame the defensive error for the goal where they scored. You know, Rodon was like had his hands behind his back, like belly dancing around, following him, tracking him. He didn't go in and take one for the team. For me, that's bad defending. You're letting the player run, but you're not. If you're going to let him run, you've got to let him run to the byline. You've got to get him there.
But the thing is as well, mate. I think Steve, you are spot on with everything.
I'm always positive.
You're saying, mate. Completely agree with it. And you still look. Unfortunately, I've had to just remove someone in the chat because we've had to have there's been a little bit of abuse in there. But the point of which we'll derive and which we can articulate in a way of which is normal. Was, you know, Connor, you're leading out the Farker out brigade, which is absolutely fine. Sorry, Paul, let's not do this again.
Oh, please, man.
Paul, come on. Let's not, mate. You're a member of the channel. I think you're fantastic. I welcome multiple opinions on this channel, mate. And I do, and I have to be honest with you here. But let's not start creating scenarios like this, mate. Let's not do this for the second year running.
Just what I didn't get about Farker was saying that we were happy with the point in the end. At this stage of the season, I just think that's absolutely off the rocker on that. He's off his rocker saying that. And I actually detected a little bit of nervousness in his voice in his post-match with LUTV.
The manager has had 54 million excuses given to him by every single Leeds fan, or the majority of Leeds fans, or maybe the minority of Leeds fans, in all fairness, because there's you know, let's be honest, we've got a hell of a lot of good one Leadsers here who we can speak about it and all this sort of stuff. We've got patrons, we've got people who can genuinely have a conversation about it. But there is, unfortunately, in my opinion, a minority. There's a blind faith to Daniel Farker, as if he's done something, lads. As if he's done something. What has he done as a manager? What has he done as a bloke, which makes us turn around and go, do you know what? Fair play, Fark. You can call out this play. You can call out Tanaka. You can call out Ramazani. You can call out Jaden Anthony. You can call out Jed Spence. You can call out X, Y, Z. You can call out international breaks being a problem. You can call out Leeds are falling apart again. You can call out this whole narrative around Leeds United has been a problem, and you can stick to that. What has he done where we turn around and go, do you know what? Fair play. Bielsa turned water into wine. By the end, 100%. I'll admit it. I didn't think it was working. I think he should have left the club. Players, he's an absolute joke. Anyone still calling us deluded and telling us to just enjoy it and stop criticizing Farkenhouse as gave the American. Don't forget, Connor, it was a great point according to the greatest manager of all time. Does anyone want to comment on that? It'd been a good point, a great point.
Oh, yeah. It was a great point that he said. It was a great point that he said it was worth a great point because it was a shit game. And why should we play for a point? It shouldn't have been a point, you know.
Gabe says, question for the group: if the new owners were talking to someone like Dyche for weeks in the event we drop into the playoffs, would you want him or Farker? Jam, I can see you nodding your head, mate. Dyche or Farker, mate?
Dyche.
Really? Yeah. Yeah.
I'm with Gabe. Get someone like Sean Dyche in, and I think he could actually turn the mentality of these players around. And I might get laughed at like that. Some people think, "Who's this Jam guy on it? What's he on about?" But personally, boys, I just think something's wrong now. We need to. There's the same thing happening again. We've seen this before. We've seen this film play out many, many times. And I'm getting fed up of it. Every single season, there's always something. As far as I'm concerned, I'm usually really laid back with it. I've had enough of him. I'm at my tether with him, and I haven't calmed down. I thought, oh, calm down now, Jam. Give it a few hours. But I can't. I'm usually really nice with it, and I've snapped on misses today as well, and I'm in here bad books, so that's something else. But
I was told by 2 or 3 lads who I know that go down to the game that Prague was pretty much the last person in the stadium, head in hands, visibly frustrated. And I firmly believe that with the relationship that Farker and Parag have, I think there'd have been a conversation after the game, regardless of what division he is in next season. At the end of the season, I'm going to come out and say it, lads. I'd sack him. Okay, that's where I'm at right now. We're in the championship. The championship, for me, my personal opinion, sack him. If he's in the Premier League, the adaptability, stubbornness, the tactical inflexibility of this manager, for me, whatever happens in the summer, it will be thank you, Daniel Farker, for your service.
Yeah, I agree.
And we'll move on. Matt, would you get rid of him? Matt, would you sack him now?
Right now?
Yeah.
My heart says yeah.
I would sack him, but the only reason I wouldn't sack him is like, who do we bring in?
Yeah.
Everybody who's out there, whoever comes in is only going to come in short term. I'm always positive. It was down to the players, and the players weren't playing for the manager, but for whatever reason, I think that is what's happening now.
Yeah.
In my honest opinion, I think there is a problem in the dressing room. I'm always positive. If the 49ers came out and sacked Dyche no main names. Right. If they sacked him tonight and they said we're going to bring in Sean Dyche, there'd be a lot more hope there than what there was with what's his name who came in last season, right?
Yeah.
There'd be a lot more hope there, and I'd be like, at least he's gonna get the team playing. And to be honest with you, he would get them playing. I mean, if he had this squad at Everton,
it's totally too late. And when we go into the playoffs, that is even more high pressure. And I don't think it's enough time for a manager, whoever it is, to turn that group of players around. So we are stuck with Farke to the end of the season.
We're going to struggle against Borough.
Yeah. So can any of you guys see us winning now again?
I think we're going to lose to them.
Yeah.
Here's the point. Where, in your guys' opinion, where does Pirot fit the best?
On the bench.
All right.
Get that.
And next up, we have this guy.
Dad, what have you got to say?
Oh man, you know, I mean, I'm absolutely done. I was done about 5 or 6 games ago, to be honest, Connor.
Yep.
What I've seen today, man, I just can't see a way out.
Mm.
You know, you've all been talking about the manager. You know, we had a chat, me and Jack, your brother, today after the game outside. We were talking about this, and I want to see him gone. There's no doubt about it. I want to see him gone. Jack wants to see him gone.
What now?
It's too late.
Now?
It's just too late. It's too late. It's too late. We've got to stick with him. He's got to go. Come what may, he's got to go. We know that. Whether in the Championship or the Premier League, he's got to go.
It's kind of got to the point where whatever happens at the end of the season, it feels like there's a cut-off point here, doesn't there, Matt? I mean, you might disagree, mate. You might agree, and you're more than welcome to say, Connor, listen, you're negative, deluded, this, that, and the other. But it does feel like, I don't know, the end point's coming with Daniel Farke.
Yeah, I said this weeks ago that Farke will go at the end of the season, whatever the outcome. The only reason I could think that the 49ers would keep him on if we get promoted, if we don't, he's gone. But if we do get promoted, is this Parag relationship with him and them getting on. And I said this before, will Leeds do this the sad thing of keeping Farke on and see how it goes till Christmas? And I know that's a poor mentality to have, but I could also see that happening, unfortunately. But we all know that shouldn't happen.
And who is he, you might ask? Well, that is Connor's very own daddy. So, it's no wonder really that he's a bit of a negative Nancy himself, is it now? And last, but by no means least, we've got the channel's biggest bellend going. It's Gabe the American.
How does that have to do with Leeds United? I just gave it away there. I've never liked Daniel Farke. I've said it for a couple of years. I've never liked Daniel Farke. He's not my kind of manager. Unfortunately, in this case, I'm finding myself pretty angry because the overwhelming body of evidence just doesn't just confirm my concerns, Connor, about Daniel Farke. It actually goes beyond them. For me, it reveals a deeper, more troubling pattern in how he manages and how he reacts, particularly under pressure, how he handles adversity, how he runs the ship when things start going sideways. I don't want to get too long because, of course, because I'm insane, I spent like 3 days reading things. So we're not going to sit on for hours and just listen to me diatribe about this. He says the same stuff. It's the same thing. When the going gets tough, this guy thinks about his next job. Simple. That's what he's doing now. He's framing narrative for his next job. He knows at this point, there's no way in hell, whether we go up or not, we're keeping him in the next season. It's not happening. It's not happening.
That's please hold me to that because I want to talk about that. Mike says there isn't a plan B.
No, and there wasn't a plan B at Mönchengladbach. There wasn't a plan B at Norwich. He's not a plan B manager. I know we're going to jump into comments, but I want to answer Gail real quick because she asked if we would sack Farke now. Here's the thing. I hope that the club has done some due diligence in the background, because you can't just sack your manager now with no plan. You would have to bring in a guy that knows the team and is like a good in-game manager, because that would be the fear that, we had an 8-point gap at the table. Now we have no gap. Now we're in third.
And I'm not willing to be Daniel Farker FC. We're Leeds United Football Club fans. I cannot believe the amount of slack this manager gets and the defense league for this manager when he has done. Let me just bring you back to last season, and things can still change. Okay, the whole narrative last season and the explanation was, and Fark would bring this up a hell of a lot last season. We had a tricky beginning of the season. Obviously, we all know we did.
Is anybody else reading the comments and saying, I don't know why you're whinging about Farka? We're in first place and we've got this strong team in that. It's like the complaints are about January. Listen, if anybody's a student of history and learned about the war in Vietnam, having the better army doesn't mean you win. You know what I mean? Like, management sort of matters.
What a strange reference.
It's not a strange reference.
Cheers, guys. Happy Premier League. Well done. Brilliant. Great support.
Well, I'll tell you what. I don't even know where to start.
We haven't made a big thing of it, have we, this season? It was always meant to be, right? It was inevitable.
Yeah, I said it.
Yeah, and I think when like we reflect now on the season as champions, title winners. Did you know we got promoted, by the way?
Yeah, I don't know if anybody knows in the back.
Come on. Effort where we've been able to really, again, get behind them as a team, props, flowers, whatever, to Farker. He's done that job we wanted him to do coming in. He's done his objective. So whether what happens in the future or not, he goes down in history. Like Steve said, he goes down as a legend, as getting us up, promoted with the title, whatever happens. And he deserves a lot of plaudits from that after a lot of criticism that we've done as well, which again, we said before, we felt has been fair in different occasions. But
we have to talk about Farker, because after the game, the cameras went onto him and he was just sat there. And I don't know whether or not he was emotional. He was just sat there and he was just nothing. You know what I mean? And I kind of felt for the guy a little bit, But I think we've got to give Farker a massive amount of pat on the back for this, because he's got us up there, and we haven't spent a lot of money. We've utilised it. We've bought well. We've had a good squad. We might not have agreed with a lot of stuff throughout the season, but you know what? Excuse me. I don't know.
It's difficult not to bring sentiment in now, isn't it?
Yeah. You know what? This man deserves. He's going to go down in history, because we've only lost 3 games in the last 2 seasons. You know that.
You go to battle for that team, really, and it gave you so many special moments. But this team, there's a connection with Leeds again. I felt like from what happened in the Premier League, from where we were in terms of 9th to where we sort of ended up with shoddy recruitment and a poor plan, really. To be honest, Matt, it feels like we've kind of got that identity back, haven't we, mate? And that's been a massive thing for me. Manor Solomon has been absolutely outrageous. And do you know what, lads? 60 grand a week. The biggest statement signing of the Championship, some were heralding it as. He has just paid everything back.
Farker has stuck to his guns, and I've got the Farker flag out today. You know what I mean? And he's stuck to his guns all season with the decisions that he's made. Okay, and you've got to take your lid off to him. I would sack him. He's come under stick. He's come under scrutiny. I would sack him. We're on it now. I felt it all season, even when you guys haven't, and I've still stuck to my guns and said we're going up as champions. I've said it all season. I would sack him. I'm always positive.
But yeah, mate, go on, sign us out.
A lot of people might not like this and think I'm a bit of a tosser. Well, I don't care. I've had to put up with their shit all season, so I'm just telling it like it is. I've been 100% behind the boys and the manager all season. I was right. They was wrong. Ha ha. Big fuck you to all of them. And I'd also like to just say, Daniel's made you look like a right bunch of muppets. So, feel free anytime you want to go on and apologise to him. I'll be looking forward to seeing it. Stay tuned, guys, if you enjoyed that, because there's plenty of others out there that I feel deserve clipping up and outing. And as always, thanks for watching. Get your comments in. Like, share and subscribe if you haven't already. And remember, keep on marching on together with Farker. Leeds, Leeds, Leeds.